Peace to the family. Peace to my comrades. And smoke to all of you who have been complicit in the media lynching of top black American fighters. I hope you are happy now. Now there is a real propaganda campaign that has sprouted the consequences of a false narrative of a no running rule that will only affect our elite black fighters. Turki Al-Sheikh and others, those who are now going to be considered the elites in the sport of boxing, those who will be funding a lot of these big events, they now have also joined in on the no running campaign. And you all know who that's about. When they say no running, they are not talking about Madrimal when he doesn't want to trade with Terrence Crawford. They're not talking about Lomachenko when they were calling him so slick and the best thing they've seen since Ali. They're not speaking about these slick Eastern European fighters or Canelo Alvarez when he runs from Triple G in the first fight to escape that power. They're not talking about them. They're speaking about fighters like Devin Haney, who only so-called ran, who so-called hit and not get hit, who boxed and used the sweet science in one fight against Ramirez. I cannot even think of another fight where you can say Devin Haney ran. He didn't run against Ryan Garcia. He didn't run against Regis. He didn't run against Kambosos. He didn't run against Lomachenko. He didn't run against Linares. And he definitely didn't run his first 15 knockouts. But now he's a runner from that one fight. I am so confused. It seems that no matter how great our top fighters are, people, as soon as they get to the top of competition and they start fighting the first three on a WBC list or a WBO list, and they're slick and not getting hit, now they are a runner and it's bad for boxing. So to my brothers who we have tried to warn since the Floyd Mayweather era, those of you who joined in on this running campaign, this campaign was led by race fans. And all of you brothers, all of you weak, spineless, non-confrontational against our enemies, you kind of brothers who said that it's about boxing and not about race. And because of your hate for whatever black man it is, you join in. You join in and say things like, you know, I want to see the Mexican style of fighting, and I don't want to see this running style. You all are the same brothers who said that Deontay Wilder, all he had was a right hand. So miss me with that hypocrisy. What I want to point out to you brothers is this. I charge you with hypocrisy. I charge you with being a traitor to the future of our young black fighters. I charge you with being Sambos to the black boxing fan base and black boxing in general. You have no racial pride, and your lack of being on code has turned into real consequences. They are now considering really making or keeping money away from slick black fighters. You allowing them to use you as a puppet because of your hate for Devin Haney, because of your hate for Bill Haney, because of your hate, whether it was for Floyd Mayweather, whether it was for Deontay Wilder, all of the propaganda that you Negroes, you sick-minded brothers who just would refuse to be on code, you would hold your head up high and refuse to unite as a black man, as a black woman for the sport of boxing. It's one thing to critique our fighters, but it's another thing to get on these social media platforms, to get on these content creators' platforms and their lives day after day, night after night, over the last few years, and spew these false narratives, calling our fighters weight bullies, pillow-fisted, runners. I charge you for being complicit in this crap that's happening now. So now, guess what, people? It is a real consequence. It is a real thing that has been brought into existence. Those of you who are on the campaign, all of you fighters who are being used as puppets, these same racist elites in the sport of boxing, these same misguided elites who have the bag to spend the money, they are no longer even betting on a Keyshawn, on a Shakur, and even on a Tank. They are preparing to back those, and not even back them, allow some of them to cheat and get away with it. And you brothers, I charge you with being complicit in this. Don't tell me crap. There is no defense for this. I am so disgusted with you. What have I been saying? The last year, I've been saying, all right, people, well, watch out. Because the same thing they've been trying to do in amateur boxing, down to the point where they almost took boxing out of the Olympics permanently because of the shady dealings in amateur boxing. A lot of it headed by the USA Boxing League. We are just now getting it back for the next Olympics. I said if we are not careful on how we jump on this propaganda train that slick boxing is not good for boxing by American black fighters, if you all keep joining in on this, there's going to be a price to pay. And we are here at that time. And when people look back on who were the truth tellers when this was going on, who was complicit in this campaign, brothers, I hope you are okay with looking yourselves in the mirror. If you were one of those brothers. Now this right here is real talk. I'm not about to sugarcoat what I'm about to say. Because it's time to be accountable for what is about to happen. If you know that you were one of those brothers who jumped on the campaign, whether you talked about and dragged Deontay Wilder, when race fans tried to drag that brother, whether you were one of the brothers who tried to drag Devin Haney, and now all of a sudden called him a runner, when you know that is a lie. When you know that man is not a runner. When you know that man Well, you're the one that got your turning signal on. Excuse me, family, I'm driving. When you know that you are one of the ones who joined on a lynching campaign of our best, our fighters who have gone down, try to fight the best there is. If you look in the mirror, you know who you are, you know what you said, and you know I'm talking about you. This happened on your watch, and you must be held accountable for your actions. You cannot go back and take back the things that you all have said. You are one of the biggest enemies to the legacy of black boxing, and you cannot take it back. Not only do I charge you, but you are guilty because the consequences here. Not only do I charge you for being complicit, but you are guilty. What kind of man are you? Really, look in the mirror and ask yourself, what kind of man am I? What kind of man am I where I could not see this coming? If you are a black man in America, you already know the crap we have to deal with. You already know that you don't get chance after chance like other people. Things that Keyshawn Davis is about to find out. Shakur Stevenson is about to find out. Tank Davis has already found out. Because as soon as it looked like he was struggling with the fighter, as soon as it looked like he was not putting on a knockout show, you see how quick these race fans have turned on him. You brothers are not only charged, but you are guilty. And you can never take back the things you have said. You are guilty and can never take back joining the lynch mob over the last few years of our top great fighters. Every single time you have gone on and said, I don't want to see this fighter because he's a runner. But you never have that smoke for the Eastern European. Call it out how it is. I've been on this boxing YouTube world the last year on the same few channels, whether you have seen me or not, because sometimes I just sit and watch some of you who channel hop and say different things. Don't even stand on what you really believe. A man like that is a wicked, double-tongued devil. And you are complicit in charge. You are complicit and charged. And you are guilty. What kind of man are you? So guess what, family? There's conversations going on right now in boardrooms on keeping money, not from slick Eastern European fighters, not from Mexican fighters who try to fight like black fighters and who are slick, but the campaign has now sprouted flowers of a false narrative where the people who fund the events in boxing, the promoters who decide who will represent them on ESPN, who will represent them on DAZN, they are saying that now the top elite Black American fighter is a threat to boxing, is a threat to making money. Not the cheater. The cheater isn't a threat. The non-black fighter who gets popped for steroids over and over again, they are not the threat. The Eastern European that doesn't really want to trade with the top black American fighter, they're not the threat. The threat is the slick black American fighter. And now, brothers, those of you who have been complicit over the last year and over the last few years, I hope you are happy. But to the future, to my future young black boxers, you see what is happening. And what I want you young brothers to do is not only be slick, but I want you to start working on when you make them miss, make them pay. Listen to me, because this is where we're at now. I want fighters like Brian Norman Jr. Whoever you fight, I want you to start rearranging the bone structure in their face. Devin Haney, I want these fighters, after they fight you, I want their organs to feel like every time they have to go piss, they remember the shots that you hit them with. I want our slick black fighters to make them pay, because there's an attack on you. There is an attack on you. And an attack on you is an attack on us. An attack on you is an attack on our future fighters, our children. And you weak, spineless, gutless Negroes who have been complicit in this, I charge you, and nigga, you are guilty. This has happened on our watch as black men. How can you call yourself a man? How can you call yourself a black man? Spineless men. Spineless men. I'm sorry to yell, but you are spineless. I want our fighters to start punishing these people. If you have the skill to move and get out the way, move and make them pay. If you have the skill to move and get out the way, move and make them pay. If you have the skill to move and get out the way, move and make them pay. Make them hurt. Make them hurt. Shut up the detractors. There's no more to say. Playtime is over. You all see what's going on. So moving forward, family, you know what I want you to do. Family, truth cast out falsehood. And wherever it is moving forward, we have to shut it down. We have to be louder than them. Peace to you and peace to your families. Playtime is over.